Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Teletext Sofa Club, or as Predictive Text calls it, the Teletext Salford Club. Well, we're not live from Salford, although I'm not far away from that position at the moment. So hello, how are you all doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? So I'm just going to get set up here. Make sure we've got everything going, and I will post the link in Discord so everybody can join in. Now, isn't that fun? We're live. And also on Twitter. There we go. And so all the world now knows that we are live online. Except that'll be a bit weird if you're watching this on the replay, won't it? Yes, right. The Teletext Salford Club is here. And tonight, Carl is going to be joining me. In fact, he's due to be here in a few minutes' time. But for now, welcome to the pre-stream. I hopefully will be able to keep up with the chat tonight, both on Discord and the YouTube console thingy-majig. We'll have pop-out chat. There you go. So you have a choice. You can post on YouTube or in the hashtag block party section of the Teletext Discord, which once again, I have not posted a link to. Typical, isn't it? There we go. Right. It's actually hashtag block/party that you need to go to. There we go. So I think the first thing on the menu tonight, and we're definitely going to revisit this when Carl arrives, is Matti Ramo's 60th birthday. And we've all been making some art for him. Look at this fantastic selection that we have here. Just make sure that we are running properly. The volume is fine. Yep, that's absolutely fine. Yes, the first thing on the menu, happy 60th, Matti. Here we go. A Teletext YLE Texty TV celebration. A sort of miniature art pack, if you will, hosted here on 16 colors. Thank you very much, guys. And it's a little tribute to Mr. Teletext himself, Matti Ramo. I think I pronounced that correctly. Immediately, we can see a couple of flashing gifs here, but let's go from the start, shall we? A Tonal Osprey has used a nice selection of separated and combined graphics here. And I believe this is the Himalayas. In fact, here we go. We've got the comments, Buddhist prayer flags, and Amadablam mountain in the Everest region of Nepal. And it's a very good representation of the photograph, I have to say. Osprey is a fantastic pixel/teletext artist, although he's also a musician. We've got quite a lot of artists in the community who are also talented musicians. So shout out to you guys tonight. A nice selection of colors here. And as you can see, background and foreground graphics, which is always wonderful to see. Oh, there we go. The Teletext Sofa Club logo in all its glory. Yes, I should have got that up earlier, shouldn't I, really? What's next? We'll skip mine for the time being, and we'll go to this one here. This is SQ4ENR's I Know the Sads. Wonderful effort here. And we have some wonderful, oh, hold on. As I speak, somebody is here. It is your friend and mine, my co-host here on the Teletext podcast / live stream tonight. It is Mr. Carlos Attrell. Hello, Carl. Can you hear me? Oh, he can't hear me yet. Let's get the gallery working here. There we go. That's right. As usual, we'll be starting at exactly 7 o'clock for our wonderful stream here. Hello to ZX Guesser in the chat, who says, test. Just testing the comments, I assume. Carlos is having some trouble getting in at the moment. Can you hear me, Carl? Obviously not. There we go. Let's have a look at the disco. ZX Guesser says, might not get a picture. It's all steam-powered internet this weekend. Well, ZX Guesser, your comment has come through and I can see it fine. So bad luck on being on a steam-powered computer tonight. What type of steam-powered computer is it? Is it a difference engine? Is it one of those massive computers from the 60s that took up a whole warehouse space? I'd like one of those. If I had the space, I would. It's just add it to the list of the things that I would have if I had the space. Oh, I should say that we have the Tricket Holidays t-shirt in the background tonight. We have to further the meme, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to do a zine or a postcard or something like that to do with CFAX holidays. Now imagine going into a seaside arcade in Blackpool or somewhere and seeing the CFAX holidays postcard. You would say, oh, I've got to send one of those to my best friend or my family all the way back home in Jersey or Guernsey or wherever you're based. So Carl, can you hear me? I think he's having some issues. He's currently muted. ZX Guesser says, I can see and hear you. Hello, I'm on my phone in a caravan on the showground. Not much here as yet. It doesn't really get going until Saturday. Well, what type of showground? Is that like, are you on holiday or is it some sort of demo party type thing? Some sort of information technology camp? Speaking of which, we'll be talking about that tonight. The Teletext Demoscene. Hello to Sarah Burgess. How are you tonight? Hope you're doing well. So I should say I've been feeding the birds in the front garden. We've been feeding them bananas to see how they like them. And a pigeon came up to the table and said, ooh, bananas. But then I don't think it liked them because it just pecked away at the banana and flew off. So, well, we know they don't like bananas. And we know they do not like tree marbles. Birds don't like tree marbles. ZX Guesser says, I'll take some photos of the steamrollers and things. I might even teletext some. Well, that would be cool. Because I did bring my laptop. It's a Steam fair. Oh, excellent. Well, it's the equivalent of teletext recovery and the teletext scene has been compared to old steam trains and refurbishing them all for everybody to enjoy. Carlos, what is happening with you, sir? I'm going to ask you to unmute and see if that works. Maybe you could try joining with your phone. That could be the issue. I don't know. Maybe you're on steam-powered dial-up tonight. Right. We are all set up and we are going. Right. So, hello everybody and welcome to the Teletext Sofa Club live stream. I'm Dan and we're going to have a lot of teletext related mirth tonight. Well, joining me soon will be Carlos Ashrel, your friend and mine, and my co-host here on the Teletext Sofa Club, as well as the Teletext podcast. And hello to everybody if you're listening via the Teletext podcast, because probably this will be uploaded to the Teletext, our podcast tonight. And we're going to have a good old-fashioned Teletext our podcast style episode. I've missed those, where me and Carl just sit here and we talk for a little bit about what's been going on in the world of Teletext. So what can you expect tonight? Well, we're going to go into the Teletext demo scene just a little bit because, well, so far this year, we've had a few instances of Teletext cropping up in the demo scene, and we're going to go over those tonight. Just, my headphones are wonky. So apparently, some people out there think that these headphones are completely fused to my head, which is completely correct. So hello to Mr. Clown, Fuckles the Clown. I love your name. Now we're going to have to beep that in syndication. How are you doing tonight? He says, woohoo, woo. Well, woo to you. Hello, hello. I'm wondering, it must be quite early for you over there in the States, Mr. Clown Man. I'm not going to swear again. This is supposed to be for kids, this podcast.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Carlos,
Hello.
Can you hear me?
You're right.
Yes, hello, Carl. How are you?
I can hear you. You can't see me at the moment, but that's no loss really. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's been a long time since we done this last. I don't know how long ago. Ages ago.
It was after the last what was it? The block party, wasn't it? And we did like a party call with everybody jumping on and chipping in with their opinions on the block party. So it's good to have you back for a proper edition of the Teletext Sofa Club.
Yeah, thanks for having us, mate.
Well, it wouldn't be the same without you, would it?
I don't know about that, but what I'm trying to do at the moment is I've got so many system resources running, i.e. only Zoom, that it's causing big problems, but we'll be all right. We'll be fine. I'm just going to try and close some bits and bobs down without shutting you out. I think this will be all right. I'll close this. Ah, yes, you're still there. That's good.
Excellent. You haven't crashed horribly.
Not yet. But I might try and get my ugly mug up in a minute. I'll just have a look and see what we can do.
Well, it wouldn't be the Teletext Sofa Club without technical problems, would it? So Mr. Clown is here. He's in the States at work. It's 1:05 p.m. So say hello to your boss for me. Yeah, is this your first time watching the Teletext live stream, Mr. Clown Man? Is this your first exposure to Teletext, actually? Is a good question. I bet all this confuses you. Central Daylight Time, 1:05 p.m. CDT. Right. So yes, where was I? Tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Teletext demo scene, as well as some of the other stuff that's been going on recently. So Demoscene is a place famously where people go and set up their old computers and their BBSs and all sorts of things. And actually, I'm trying to remember, was it EMFCamp? Yes, EMFCamp. Somebody set up a proper telephone system, a little analog telephone system that worked only from the party, from the field. And there was also a fax machine. Oh, we should have a look at some of the faxes that were sent tonight, because they were a lot of fun. Hopefully they weren't X-rated. Mr. Clown says this is his first live show. Well, you're in for a treat today. Oh, it's today where you are. You can probably tell that there are bags under my eyes because it's the evening time where I am. So, Carlos, are you still here?
Yes, I am. I'm still here. Hopefully, still alive. So, who have we got online at the moment? Then we got people from abroad land, by the sounds
all over
of it.
The world. Yes,
all over the world. We are Teletext International today.
Yes,
Teletext International. Love it.
Teletext Sofa Club International. Incidentally, I was wondering regarding the name Teletext Sofa Club, how many people out there are actually watching on their sofa? Because, well, I sometimes watch from the living room, but I've never actually, because as you can see, We're in the Teletext studio here, and I'm not sitting on a sofa. What about you, Carl?
No, I'm sitting in a chair at the moment. So yeah, that's me as well. So yeah, there's no sofas to be seen.
It's the
So
Teletext,
far, so good.
Teletext Chair Club.
Yeah, that's it. It's the Teletext like I'm sitting in my office by myself club.
Yeah, well, that goes for both of us, I guess. So Thomas Burvith is here. Hello, Thomas, from Denmark. So it truly is an international edition. So Thomas, can I ask, do you have demo parties and Demoscene stuff over in Denmark? And what's the biggest party that you have? Because that's our topic for tonight. Well, what about you, Carl? Apart from the block party, have you been to any other Demoscene parties or old computer club thingies?
No, I haven't actually. I've not. No, Teletext was my only into it. If I can say in consecutively on top of each other. But yeah, I've was when I started doing the art and stuff like that. I think Simon said to me, "Are you on the demo scene?" I said, "No, I don't think I am." The only thing I knew about demo parties and all that was reading the scrollers on the bottom of copied Amiga games and copied Commodore 64 games. They were always talking about demos and Demoscene.
Yes, the old cracked games, and it would say stuff like greets, and there would be these. Well, that's the technical way of describing it.
Cortex rule.
Yeah.
Cortex rule. Yes, with your copy of Pirates.
And then there would be some cheats or something. Would you like infinite lives? Yes or no? And then the game wouldn't work because it was incorrectly cracked.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it would just like break on you. So yeah, that was always good fun. But yeah, no, that was my thing. What about you, Dan? Were you ever involved with anything like this? You know, sort of like people in rooms.
I'm trying to think. Actually, I must have been to at least one, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. I've been to a few things in the past. I've been to Play Expo. I guess that doesn't really count. It's more of a retro games thing. Ah, hello. Thomas Bovett says, we used to have lots of LAN parties here. Didn't go myself too much, unfortunately, but the Amiga scene was huge here. Now, that's an interesting point, actually, because in different countries, they tended towards different systems, didn't they? What are we? What are we in the UK? Are we C64, BBC Micro? What would you say, Carl? Specky?
Yep, I think BBC Micro, but I think it was Atari ST really over here, wasn't it? Or am I going to upset the Amiga bunch by doing that? But I only knew people in my sort of friend group that if they had a BBC, they moved on to an Atari ST. But if people had a Spectrum, they all moved into consoles. So that's my only conflation I've got. So, you know, anybody just comment away. Tell me I'm wrong. That's it. Yeah. I'll say the demo scene belonged to the Atari ST in the UK.
Oh, what's that?
Tell me I'm wrong.
What's that?
It's a Kylo Ren mug of black coffee.
Oh, excellent. We're showing off the cups tonight. It's the Republic of Wigan.
It's a Kylo Ren party.
Hey, yes.
Hey, Republic of Wigan. Oh, nice.
Cayenne.
Cayenne Ren. Yeah, that's it. The Magnum Cayenne Arta. The Magna Carta.
The magenta Carta. Cayenne Arta. Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh dear. Yeah. We're going to have to make a teletext artwork of that now, aren't we?
The magenta Carta. That would be sort of like our manifesto to the future.
Well, certainly for teletext, it's mostly BBC Micro, isn't it? With the mode 7.
Mode 7 graphics, yes.
And there've been lots and lots of demos actually made with mode 7. And one, at least
Bad Apple was bloody good. Which I found on my YouTube channel. I was doing a cleanup and I found Bad Apple on there. That's had a few views. That's quite good.
Was that from the block party in 2017?
Yeah. That was. I'm just reading a couple of Discords here. There's a lovely picture of Alistair here. I think he's in a caravan.
Hey, that's a nice caravan.
Hey, isn't it? It's nice. Yeah. Sorry, that's quite rude to be reading while I'm while I'm broadcasting to the world, the United States and Denmark.
Well, why not? We've got to read out the comments that people have made. Well, Afro Vulcan is here. He says he is in central control as usual.
Ah, right, yes, in Northern Ireland. Hello,
Yeah, well,
Northern Ireland.
Hello, the world famous control center, may I add, that's been in all the newspapers and on all the TV channels.
It's now ubiquitous. Any control center now, if they're looking on like stock photos, it's always going to be of Nathan's office with the several monitors that give off a lot of heat.
Yes. Have you ever seen the stock photograph of Steve Horsley doing some teletext art? It's often used, or it's been used at least once by a Cambridge newspaper when they were referring to some redundancies made in the IT industry. So you got this.
Steve was well pleased about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Oh, it's a classic moment for teletext. The teletext redundancies, unfortunately.
The Teletext Redundancy Club. Crikey, yeah, that's quite a full one with where, because I think Peter obviously had to change profession, didn't he, when for a little while? So yeah, it's not so good. So, weren't really funny, that was it? But yeah.
No. Well, we're not going to change profession here, ladies and gentle people, on the Teletext Sofa Club live stream thingy-majig. The Teletext is going to live forever here. Or at least till we change the name to IT Redundancies Sofa Club or something like that. But Sarah Burgess says, you need to get a sofa in there. Yeah, we do, don't we?
You could have a sofa bed in the back there. Get rid of the bed, and you can have a futon.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We need to get one of those in, don't we? Then that's more relevant.
Then you can go like konnichiwa, because it's a futon that's like quite Japanese.
Ah, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Sayonara. Yes. Excellent. So, so more about the demo scene and all that, the teletext demo scene. Tell us more about these faxes and things like that, Dan. Well, we're interested to know about that.
Ooh, do you think we should show some on screen? It might be a bit naughty.
Well, if it's copyrighted material, I'll blub my eyes out and we can make a fortune.
Is that a reference to something?
Absolutely.
Are we going to leave it open?
Well, we could get a few. We could get a real discussion going about it, or we could just carry on banging on about teletext. But it's all good fun, isn't it? It's all good fun.
Yes. So I think it was QTEL on Twitter, which is at CU_telecom, who set up a fax machine at EMFCamp. And let's have a look here. There's actually, if I remember correctly, there is somewhere a Twitter account with them all on. But I'm just trying to find them. Some of them are on #EMFCamp. Let's have a look. I'll get these up on the screen. Oh, here we go. EMF Fax-Silly-Me. Facsimile. It's easy for me to say. No, it isn't. Right, let's see. Share the screen so you can have a look at this. Here we go. EMF Fax-Silly-Me.
Oh, yes. EMF is over. Thank you for faxing. Oh, very good. Yes.
Well, yeah, we're going to start from the end.
Start from the end, yeah. It ended really well.
Yes. Ignore the ads. I don't know what. Right. We've took a blog post. Has that got all of the? Probably not.
So did they actually have the EMF playing there as well? And and then when they read the faxes out, they go, oh, that sounds so unbelievable.
Unbelievable, yes. Top secret. Hey Barry. Here's Ho's GCHQ logins
you wanted. That you could actually call that one how to suck at sending a fax as well, couldn't you? Because it's
hack the world, I guess.
Hack the world, or it looks like a cranium, a little bit like a cranium.
Oh yeah, it's cut off a bit at the bottom, sadly.
Yeah, I think that's something wrong with the aspect ratio on that error report.
I
Brilliant.
love that one. Brilliant.
Yes. I'm waiting for a cock and balls.
Well, probably they're going to come up. Oh, what's that? Oh, noughts and crosses.
There's a solution.
Yeah.
So, was it noughts and crosses for idiots? It's just one line with a circle and a cross either side.
Oh, this is the telephone call history. We can't zoom in on that.
All right, yeah. Gosh.
Just ignore the ads. Teletext Sofa Club is not funded by anybody in particular.
But it can be. Oh,
it can be. Yes.
Oh, please. Oh, Sid. I had to buy some milk this morning. £1.70. So, do you want to know a story about faxes? Ready for the first story? You can upvote this in the Discord. Oh, willkommen in Deutschland. All right, excellent. Right, okay. So, I worked for a government department, for the want of a better word, that delivered health equipment. It used to work closely with the NHS, and they were sending faxes to each other, and they still send a form of fax to each other, although they have the computers now convert it. I don't work there anymore, so it may have changed in the last 5 years. But they wouldn't do it over email. It still had to be over fax. And the reason is that fax had to go over a BT approved line. Therefore, if it was intercepted, whoever was intercepting it could get done under the Wireless and Telegraphy Act. So when people were coming in and going, oh, that's a little bit sort of like old-fashioned, isn't it, using a fax machine? And right up to about 10 years ago in this very office, I used to have a fax machine in it to send me the jobs through. And that was the reason why. It was it's a system that's illegal to tap into. Once you get into the realms of computers and second and third party actors, it gets very convoluted, as we know. You know, if you intercept some data that's actually outside that, if you look at that telephone cable as a pipe, any water that leaks out of that belongs to the water company. But the moment the water gets everywhere else via different means, you can't prosecute. So that's why the NHS always used to, or still do in some cases, use outdated technology. And that's all I have to say about that, Dan.
But basically, because it's not caught up, the legislation hasn't caught up with the technology.
Well, I think it's just convenient. Obviously, they kept that technology in place, but also it was if you're caught trying to intercept anything from a telephone line, you're definitely up to no good. And that's, you know, and even to this day, I've not even heard of any Chinese hacking an NHS fax system. But every other day you hear about, well, I mean, you know, today the NHS COVID passport app's gone down, which is brilliant because I'm going on holiday in 2 days and half my family need to download it. And we don't know why that's gone down. But, you know, if we had it faxed to us, wouldn't happen, would it? Wouldn't happen.
Yeah, we need to go back to fax machines, don't we?
I'm just a fax machine, and I won't fax for no one like you.
So Mr. Clown says, yes, this is why they still use faxes to securely send medical documents here. Yeah, well, we've talked about this on previous podcasts, haven't we? About beepers and
pages.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
They still use them in hospitals, don't they?
Yep, government departments still use them. You could, if you wanted to, listen at 153.5 megahertz and decode these paging messages, which are still there, but there's not an awful lot there now. But
it's also illegal, isn't it?
It's illegal to actually use the information that you've decoded.
Oh.
So
you can read it. It's legal to read it.
Yes and no, isn't it? It's like you shouldn't be reading it, and then the last thing you should be doing after that is telling your mates the telephone number for the Guardian journalist that's got to meet the guy in the Department of Transport on the Sunday, which is what the nature of a lot of the paging was. But I think even that's changed, because the last time any friends of mine done that, it was at least like 5 years ago. So that may have changed a bit now, to be fair.
Oh, hold on a sec. What was that?
Oh,
hello, yes. Welcome to
I've
the
got one of them.
Teletext Sofa Club, yes. It just reminded me that I had my phone here because I think I can see a phone in the background of your screen now. Can I?
Yes, you can. You can. Have we got our Have we got that nice gentleman with the who's into his telephones? Is he on today? I've forgotten his name, but he did the Telstar stuff at the
Yes.
Cambridge thing, but he was really into his phones, and he's got a great Twitter name.
Was it Here Be Dragons or
no, it's the other chap.
What's his first name? Newcomb is his second name.
It was the other one that sat further. Oh, you weren't there. You were there. You were there, but not there. You were there. You were there, but you weren't there. There. Yeah. Sorry. I apologise. Yeah.
I was there in spirit, is what he's getting.
I shall find his Twitter handle and then I shall disclose that later. Yes, but yeah. Long story short, there's a phone up there. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We've both got
746, a GPO 746 or something like that. That is. So all still works, but I don't have 50 volts coming into the house anymore. It's all done on the. That's handy, so it's all taken care of that way.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? But I sort of inherited this phone here because it was used, or was supposed to be used in an escape room that we had set up in Wigan, and this belongs to. Oh, I don't think it stretches long enough to show you. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, I've got exactly the same phone.
Well, it belongs.
Not exactly the same. Maybe I'm at the other end. I'll go and get it.
I'm sort of babysitting it at the moment.
Oh right.
Because it belongs to a company in Liverpool.
Oh, it's not Kingston Communications one, is it? They're not net. Oh, that'd be Hull, wouldn't it? Not Wigan.
No, it isn't. But it says dial 3784 on it.
All right. That's the nuclear codes, mate. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'm just going to get mine. Hold on. I won't hear you now.
Well, Sarah says the problem with fax machines is that the faxes physically pile up on the floor if you don't deal with them. Yes, that's an issue, but it does look cool in escape rooms, and that's a good idea, actually. We should set up an escape room where people can fax to the escape room and help people online somehow. You can send online faxes. Oh, here we go. Show and tell. Oh, yes. The exact same one.
And we're going to go live now to Carl at the football. And there should be a picture of a guy on the phone going, yes, and it's Bristol Rovers 2, Bradford Park Avenue 1.
Oh, yes, yeah. I was reminded of that this week, that you used to be able to phone up, didn't you? To get the football scores.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's right.
Hello, Carl. How are you tonight, Carl?
Oh yeah, we'll do one of them. We'll do one of them stupid Twitter nostalgia things. Only if you're over 40, you know how to use that. So the kids sort of picking it up, aren't they? And they're just going like that to it.
Yes. Is it got a very?
Oh, this is a noise. There you go. That's all right.
It's very inefficient, isn't it? Imagine if your number was 0000000. It would take you forever to dial. Oh.
Yes, that was 3 zeros. But that's all done on pulses, isn't it? So the governor will send a pulse down the line. And people always used to say, well, why can't you just dial 111 for the emergency services, because it'd be quicker. But instead you're doing 9.
Yeah.
And for the benefit of those in the United States, 911, I'd guess. But the thing is similar. And the idea is that when you had the overhead lines, they used to bang in the winds, they actually used to make one crack. So all you needed was the wind to crack 3 times against the wires, and it would have dialed the emergency services. So for it to happen 9 times consecutively never happened. That's why we did 999 over here.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it never. Do you think it never once happened? Do you think it happened once in Like
probably
10 bajillion calls in between the years 1960 and 1999.
Yes, I reckon that. And then they went out there, and it was like to Maximilian Headroom Network 23, 20 minutes into the future. I think, yeah. So,
love is fading.
Yes, very good. I've got some new theories on Max Headroom actually that I mustn't share here because that's exclusive Max Headroom content.
Yes.
But I have a theory.
We're going to save that for our Max Headroom edition, ladies and gentlemen.
That is saved.
Yeah. Don't forget
I've checked the internet and no one else has come up with this theory.
Well, I've got lots of different theories actually. So a good teaser for the Max Headroom edition of either this live stream or the Teletext R podcast.
Well, this podcast is going to be like, if we're on a sofa now, it's going to be a sofa with velour. It's going to be like, this is going to be an outreach project to people who don't know us, Dan. And we're going to be like, God, those people have got a really good, well-researched podcast into the Max Headroom incident. That Cole speaks sense. And no wonder he's, he went the same way as John F. Kennedy, because that theory is close to the bone.
Speaking of bones, Mr. Clown says, operator, give me extension 3874. My finger is injured. Operator, all of my fingers and appendages. Operator.
What do you get if you dial 467892 4652 4652 46521?
A bent appendage.
A sore finger.
Hi. Yes.
Very good. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Jokes that don't work with buttons.
Absolutely. Right. Let's see. So ZX Guesser says the Wi-Fi dropped out. Dan was suspiciously quiet. I'd like a 300 series, but they're silly prices these days. So is that a fax machine, I'm guessing?
I don't know. It could be a telephone or a fax. It'll tell us. It'll be quick. I can't see your comments, Alistair. Sorry, because if I open Discord up on this computer, it will be like that melting clock out the Salvador Dali. It'll be melted laptop.
Yeah. Will your phone melt as well? Well, you could dial in on your phone.
Hold on.
Hello, operator. Get me the Teletext Sofa Club. See?
Get me the Teletext Sofa Club now already.
Can we access page 302 on this phone? Teletext page 302. Let's dial it and see. No, it didn't work.
Oh, someone just come through on this.
East 55444.
East 55444.
Did you see that the BBC are getting rid of the classified football scores on Radio 5 Live, which is a shame.
That is absolute shame. That's going the same way as the ship. Well, they ain't got rid of shipping forecast yet. No one's got a boat, have they? We all like football, and I'm going to get rid of that. Bakelite telephone. Yes, I would have thought. Yeah, it's a Bakelite telephone, the 300 series, Dan.
Sounds like it would make a nice cake, the Bakelite telephone cake.
Oh, Avro Vulcan, I've just read what you've put here, and this is you got to guess the show. Emergency services aren't on 999 anymore. Didn't you see the ad? The new number is 0118 999 8819991197273.
Well, at least it's catchy. There's that.
That's if you watch It Crowd, I think you'd get that because it was yeah, it's very good. All right, yeah, and these return to I'm reading these backwards, obviously, but that's fine. And yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, and Sarah said that the problem with the fax machines is that the faxes physically pile up on the floor if you don't deal with them. Well, touch it once, Sarah, once across the desk, in the bin. But you used to get those adverts as well, didn't you? Like people used to spam you. You remember the fax spam? Do you remember fax spam?
No.
Oh, we used to get like I worked at a dealer, and we used to get like all the orders from the local authorities for all the equipment and fax. You just go, fax is going. And you get it because it was like a phone fax, so it's like
Yeah.
you didn't know. You always knew it was a fax, but you could pick it up and anyway, you go, it's coming through, it's coming through, brrr, and it'll come through, you know, and you're thinking, oh, this is London Borough of so and so, they're going to order a bloody big bit of kit off us, like that, and it wasn't. It was like holidays. It was like it was like holiday offers and things like that, really, and get rich quick schemes. So yeah, so that was always annoying. So yeah, spam's been quite ubiquitous.
Scammers saying that your great uncle Carlos has died and he's left you $5 million.
Well, that's because he knows about Max Headroom.
Ah, yes. In fact, all the faxes were from Max Headroom.
Yeah, they're blip faxes. So they're telling you what you needed before you actually needed it. All the bullseye winners had boats, and they needed a shipping forecast. I stand corrected, Terry. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, no, that's right. So they've had problems around my way with boats. You can tell it's a proper to the audience. You can tell the way that these Teletext Star podcasts go, because I actually don't know much about Teletext. I just whitter on about any old crap. But yeah, there's been a big problem at local marina because they've just realised that all these people during lockdown bought boats because they were allowed to go sailing in lockdown, but they never actually did. And they're going out without marine radios. They're getting nicked left, right, and centre out at sea. They're causing mayhem out on the open seas because they bought these boats and they just need to take them out now that lockdown's over and there's like everyone's back. So it's like it's probably the inverse of like everything coming over via dinghies. We're all going out on these boats all over the world. Yeah, but Channel 16, the Coast Guard is they're having a right off field day. They got one policeman in the area who's got a boat, like actually marine police, and he's kept very busy.
Does he still have teletext on his TV on the boat?
Well, there is a form of teletext, isn't there, on the marine thing? There's the marine. I think in America it's WeFax, but that's not the same term. But you can get a printout of the weather forecast that used to come through on a fax-simile transmission, and I think that's still a thing. So yeah, it is. That's the thing, isn't it?
I'm just blown away by the plethora of technology. Literally, this stuff is amazing. And to think it all runs via phones.
Yeah.
It does.
So the greatest invention must be phones, I guess, in a way, or radio. I think radio is probably
no. Second best after teletext.
After teletext, yeah.
Yeah. So the Teletext Star podcast.
Is it? Yeah.
No, it's a fun diversion. I like. It's very much related, isn't it? The phone to teletext, and how you used to be able to dial up on your BBSs and connect to teletext and all those sorts of things. Very, very, very related technologies, I feel.
Well, I think the thing is with the teletext side of it is that it actually it became an honest broker into people's lives. It introduced people who wouldn't necessarily have a bent for technology into these things. So like when people are sort of like dialing in on a BBS, which I never did back in the day, but the idea, the need for information and all that was probably fueled by the fact that you could demand information at home just on the television, and people might have described things as, well, it's a bit like teletext, because of the but the thing is with BBS, obviously it's like asynchronous, isn't it? So it syncs, so you can actually converse back. It speaks back at you. Right. It can call you a lamer and cut you off. But I had to go at BBS the other day because I've got a plug-in for the Commodore 64 where I can actually just get back on BBSs. And my God, that is hard work. Really hard work. I mean, we got it so easy with the internet now and Discord servers and things. With the BBS, when you bang the menu back up again, if you don't know the shortcuts, you're starting all over again. you know. And with messages, you know, I wanted to read messages, and you have to start right at the beginning, and you have to go right the way through to get to the one, and you leave a reply in there, never find it again. So I thought, well, blow that. I'll just write letters, and you know. But you know, you're just putting in sort of things like, you know, like, is it raining where you are? and then /M, bang. It's just, it's, you know, and then, but yeah, there were some really good conversations on there, but none from me.
Well, I often wondered what people talked about on the same with ham radio. You might connect to somebody in the States and say, hello, I'm speaking from Essex here. Well, where are you? I'm in Los Angeles. Yes. How's the weather? Not bad. It's 1 p.m. over here. It's 7 a.m. over here. And then is that all you talk about? Because it's I guess it's more the novelty of it. And
well, it's with the ham radio, when you're running on those particular wavelengths, it can be the achievement of actually just getting over there on as little power as possible.
Yeah.
So like there's always a joke amongst radio hams that, you know, the Italians always use like 1,000,000 watts just to speak to each other next door, because they're quite unregulated, and they've always got like the reputation of like you know, having the burners on and everything like that. But the art of it is using just enough to get to where you need to go. So what would happen is, if you're actually sort of like calling what they say CQ out, and then someone comes back, depending on what frequency you use, you know, they might say, oh, we'll go to a different frequency, and then start talking. But you'd normally say where you are in the world, what equipment you're using, what power you're using, and then the other person comes back and says that as well, and then they might, you know, speak a little bit about what they do, you know, and that sort of thing. But yeah, you do. It's you know, it is, and then they'll just log it. They'll put it in their logbook. They'll look you up on they'll look your call sign up on a site normally like it's called QRZ, and then they'll find out that you're genuine and you're not a pirate, or you're not running a fake call sign. And then you'll go in the log, and then you know, they have contests. People have contests and go all over the world, or just all over the country. Look at the weather forecast to see where their signal's going to go at what time of the day. So you can get Australia at certain times of the day, and like other times of the day, you know, as the sun's going down, you know, the troposcopic movement just moves you elsewhere. But I never really got into that. You know, I never had a twig big enough for that. I played with different modes, but yeah, I don't do ham as much as I did. But yeah, that's what they do. So it's basically getting in touch and saying what you're using, which is, I guess that's where our BBS used to be. You know, you just sort of get in and you speak to someone, you go, oh, right, yeah. So what are you using then? Oh, I'm time sharing on this particular big hulk at a weekend, you know, and then someone else the next weekend would pick that message up at a different university. And so it was all, you know, it wasn't instantaneous messaging. And I guess ham radio offered the next level up from that, you know, so we get a direct response to whatever you were saying. But I bet Alistair's got something to say about it.
Yeah. Well, what I wanted to know is, in your experience of ham radio, which we've not talked a lot about actually on this show. We've talked about it loads. So would you have ham radio friends who you would call at the same time each week, and they would tune in at the same time to speak to you?
Yeah, you have something called a net. So you would like have a net at a particular set day or time, and then you'd have somebody who would run the net, and you'd run through a list, and people would speak to each other. And depending on how you're running it, so if you're going to a repeater, you know, you would just talk and you know, and refer to what other people are talking about. But if you're on one where you're just using your own signal to hit other antennas, you'd normally go around first of all and give each other a signal report, so they would get to know, you know, how their setup's going. Because sometimes they can go, oh, well, last week I spoke to you, you were giving me a really good signal, and today you're not. And they go, all right, I'll have a look, and I'll find out their aerial's fallen off their roof or something, you know. So there is a bit of that. But yeah, so you have nets, and you know, some clubs or repeaters run, you know, different modes on particular days. So yeah, that's how it will go. So it's a bit like what we're doing now. You know, we could have a net. We could get everybody on the Discord to come in on the Zoom meeting and have a chat. You know, that sort of thing. But they'd much rather watch two fools bang on about it.
So did people used to record podcasts or radio shows and things via ham radio?
Right. So my knowledge of it is that you're not actually allowed to broadcast on ham. So what I mean by that is we're talking to each other now. If it was just us two talking to each other and everyone was listening, that was fine because I'm speaking to you and addressing you, Dan. And then you'd go, yeah, okay, then, Cole, but we'd use call signs every now and again. But if I broke the conversation off and said, oh, and to anybody else that's listening out there, the weather's lovely, that's broadcasting and that's not actually a part of your license. You need a special license to do that. And like there are particular people that are allowed to do that, but they might broadcast news pertaining to hams on a certain frequency on a Sunday, and people can listen in, and that's a broadcast license. So the difference between broadcasting and actually just a 2, 3, 4, 5-way communication is different because you're addressing the people that you're actually speaking to, whereas like Ken Bruce on the radio would say, oh, and tonight it's Popmaster, and he doesn't really know who he's addressing, you know, and that's the nuance.
Okay, but you could have like a 3 or 4-way conversation if everybody joined in, as long as you don't say, as long as you don't like pretend that it's a radio broadcast and say, does anybody want to call in?
Oh, well, no, you can, you can do that. That's fine. But what you can't do is just sort of like speak at people that you don't know who are listening. I mean, people do it. I mean, what they might say is at the end of the net, they might say, oh, and a special hello to all you listeners out there, you know, like referring to people who are sort of like, who may be too shy to come on. And then like that will bring a rapport up for next time to let people know that the net that they're listening to is friendly or something like that. But it's sort of, you can't just go, you know, you just can't go, you know, you can't just do a podcast like a reaction video or something like that. You can't do one of them on the radio for people to listen to. You'd actually need to be on a broadcast band to do that.
Okay, well, it's complicated, isn't it? Because we're fine to do something like this and we can do whatever the heck we want without a broadcast license. Now, I just remembered something, and the guys in Discord would know more about this than I do. But in certain countries, if you are a streamer and you have more than 200 viewers, 200 regular viewers, you have to have a broadcast license. Germany, specifically Germany, it's coming to my mind, where if you go over that amount, then you can be fined or prosecuted or something like that, or they want you to pay for a broadcast license. So I guess we can count ourselves lucky that we live in one of the countries where as many people can listen as we.
Well, we're quite lucky we don't have 200 viewers.
Well, we don't, do we? So we would be okay in Germany, wouldn't we?
We'd be fine. We're completely legal in Germany. That's no, yeah, exactly, but that's I wouldn't know, you know, why. Because that must be really difficult if you're doing like a YouTube stream or something like that and you get loads of people come on. I guess you just need to have that license just to say that you're not a fanatic or you're not going to spread hate or something like that, which I guess would be quite good for that, wouldn't it? Yeah. You know, and then I guess that's a good sort of mark of quality because, you know, in this day and age, the most controversial people always get the views, and that'll be because either you hate to hear what they've got to say. So all the DJs always say, don't they? It's the people that hate us that give us the listening figures. You know, it's you know, the people who couldn't care less about us don't listen, don't tune in. You know, you've either got to be like much maligned or much adored, I guess. So yeah, there's that to it. But no, it's interesting. Now I'm sure someone on Discord will throw out a few bits and bobs about that. That's it. Clever facts. All right, yes, the ZX guest has said Ray Goff, who died last year, he went silent key, SK, as we used to say, who died last year, sadly, that designed all the clever teletext gear for Intel Fax, was an avid amateur, and avid amateur. So what was that? Avid amateur radio, ham. Big into CW, which is Morse code. And my dad knew him on the air. To be vaguely on topic, well, you're more on topic than us, actually, Alice. So well done, mate. But yeah, that's no, that's good. So so there you go. That's more teletext are. I'd like to know how our American correspondent is making of all this.
Yes, because we have veered a little bit from teletext, but we are talking about Demoscene, Demoscene related things, which is fine.
Yes. It's all enthusiasts at the end of the day. I mean, that's the thing in it. It's about hobbyists doing their thing, and we'll go back onto the demo scene because it's something I'd like to know more about anyway.
Well, we mentioned the EMFCamp earlier, and I believe Teletext did crop up there. They ran a view data terminal. This is technically Teletext, isn't it? Which was pretty cool. They ran Nextel, I do believe, the Nextel system. And then more recently, we had some a Teletext competition, didn't we? That was, I haven't written this down, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. The most recent the most recent demo party that we had was Nova Party. Now, if you remember, Nova Party has a bit of a history with Teletext, and it always has a Teletext category.
Is this the Argentine one?
Oh, this is Budley Salterton.
Oh, right.
And as basically where you go and camp out in a field, a little bit like EMFCamp. Oh,
that's the guy with the phones.
Ah, yes, Merrill. Yeah.
Yes, really nice chap. Really nice chap. He's really into that. Yeah. So the Nova, the Nova load, I want to say, because that's always remember that the Commodore 64 Nova load. You couldn't crack it with an action replay cartridge, apparently. Oh, action replay partridge. Aha!
Aha! You pirates!
Yeah.
You pirate.
Yeah. So did anybody enter the teletext thing for that particular festival?
Yes, they did, and in fact, we can take a look at those. The Nova Party. They had quite a lot of entries across all of the competitions. ASCII, 4K executable graphics. Wow, 4K. 4K. New school, old school, new school. Photography.
The whole thing off. Oh.
But also we had 7 entries in the teletext comp. So let's have a look at those, shall we?
I'm going to try and guess who they are. I've not seen them.
Right.
Can we do that, or are they not?
Can I hide who did them?
Well, I'll shut my eyes.
I don't think there's any way to hide because it says on the page who made it.
Oh, yeah, no, that's all right. See, had we planned this, which we're not going to plan.
Oh, yeah, we never plan anything on this show. Right, so here's the number 1 entry, which is a fantastic vaporwave style image. They always impress me, these types of images. I've had a go at them before and they're quite difficult to do. So it says this, what does this say here?
So Nova 22 demo party, and is that like a W at the back there, is it, or something?
It says, I think it says somewhere here. No, it doesn't.
No.
Enjoy. It says enjoy Nova 22. Yeah, like enjoy Coca-Cola. But I like the separated graphics that we've got going on here.
Looks like the old Electric Dreams logo in the back there. It sort of gives me that sort of look on the cover of Aliens game. But I like that, and I like the grid at the bottom as well. That looked pretty good animated. I bet that was a skill from the animation as well.
And of course, we've got Bamboozle at the bottom. Bamboozle always has to be there.
Yes.
Look at these stars that we have here. Use of different punctuation.
Yeah, I like the use of the addition. I was actually looking at that, thinking, how do they make that? But of course, it's just a plus, isn't it? Yeah.
Always good to see, because teletext is very good for those types of backgrounds, space backgrounds. Oh, here's mine.
Very nice.
with
That
use
cat.
of flesh.
Take
Yeah.
my money. Ha ha ha. The old
No,
cigar on the ash.
He's taking your money.
Taking your money. Yeah.
Yes.
Very
And
good. Very
I've
nice.
got flash going on here. I made a point of saying, don't forget the flash, because it's an important part of the artwork.
That's really good. Is it based on anyone in particular? That
Yes, but I'm not
particular
going
bit
to
of
say. I'm not going to say who.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's a caricature of somebody, but they'll remain unnamed.
All right. Okay. So,
Monster. No, it's not.
oh no, I'll see him on a documentary the other day. Actually, is it about the Sex Pistols or no? It's about Queen, but he used to promote the Sex Pistols at the same time. Eric
Right.
Cole, yeah.
He was all over the place, wasn't he, in the 90s?
Yeah,
Everywhere.
became quite a cult celeb, didn't he, as well? But it's quite an interesting character.
I wonder what happened to him.
Is he gone silent, Key? I'm not sure. I think he has, isn't he?
I don't recall now. Oh, Plague Night. I liked this one.
Oh yeah, that looks quite scary.
I think it's fantastic because we've got the big blocky Sixel graphics here, big full blocks, and he's got, I believe, is that a candle or it's a it might be
a wizard.
Paintbrush.
Yes, it's a Womble wizard.
Remember, you're a Teletext Womble. CPU as well. No, that's good.
A CPU, Jimmy.
Was that supposed to be Billy Connolly?
No, it's Russ Abbott doing a Scots person. I see you, Jimmy.
Raccoon Facts by Raccoon Violet.
Oh, that's nice.
It's actually they have put together a few raccoon-related artworks because I've seen them on Twitter. But this one was entered into the Teletext comp, and it came forth. Welcome to Raccoon Facts. So raccoons are quite good for teletext, I think, being the color that they are, the dark and light.
Yes, or the lack of color that they are. So,
yeah.
Oh, so yes. ZX Guesser couldn't have believed that that previous work was yours, Dan. He was very surprised by that.
Why not? Is he being sarcastic?
Well, he's put a little winky at the end. He's put his little winky up there. So I reckon.
Sorry. No, that's a very good artwork. Raccoon Facts. Oh, here we go. A Nova Party postcard.
If I had a postcard of you, a picture for you to remember.
From Budley in Teletext. Teletext postcards. We should do more of them.
Very good. Very good. It's nice that. So I wonder if the building is a ubiquitous type in Budley.
It could be. That could be the building that he was in when he created this.
Yeah.
It's highly likely, actually.
The red and the black with the white certainly gives the images depth. I've noticed that a lot when people are sharing their work on Twitter. You can see that, and it looks sort of stereoscopic. There's got to be a way to exploit that a bit more. Maybe like change the gamma a bit more on the red just to make it look even deeper.
We could do that with level 2.5, couldn't we?
Yeah. Or level 2.5, which really annoyed the hell out of a lot of people at the thing that I did. They hated that.
Level 2.5.
Level 2.5.
Not off. So I like just the last point on this. I like that they've tried a few different functions within Teletext here. So we have the background down here and normal foregrounded graphics for the middle part here.
Okay, so down the edge there, you've got your blackness, and then you'd have to go new background, and that'll go white automatically, and then you'd have to code red for that bit there.
Code red.
But you're not losing an instruction byte on there, and there's not enough room in that border for a hold.
Oh no.
But
I think nonetheless,
I'm overthinking it.
Yeah, nonetheless, I think it's very good.
It is very good.
It's quite nice. And bear in mind that the people who do these, it's probably the first time that they've done some teletext. Let's have a look at this guy's past stuff. Is that teletext? Yeah, I think that's teletext.
Yep, that is.
There
I
you
like
go.
that. Yeah.
Excellent. We've got the loading thingy here.
Yeah, I love the character set for Torment as well, 2020. I love that.
There was a teletext competition. Let's have a look at this. I've not seen these.
Oh,
there's Raccoon Violet again.
Ah, I can see a theme.
Yeah. This is a cool website because you can see the other things that people have done in the past. So I like that, yeah. I can see a theme. Well, there aren't enough raccoons in teletext as far as I'm concerned. So good job. Oh, one more. Private sofa centers live. Sofa sceners. The sofa
sceners. Oh, right, okay. We're sofa sceners.
Yeah. And somebody is, I don't know. Oh, they're emerging from within the teletext there. Make demo, not war. Yes.
I love that. Yeah, it's really good. It's all really good.
Yeah, I like it. And I like the hand as well here.
So you got SF Spy up there. So is this a foreign, when I say foreign, I don't mean foreign in the little English one, but is it like, yeah, it must be, yeah, Seism, digital culture. Yeah. Yeah, so it's certainly from our people from across the way.
Let's go back to Nova Party and finish off the last couple. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Where was it? I can't find it now. That's Spiny. That's his other art. Spiny. Right, so Bad Zombie. Yo, look at that.
Oh, yes. Like that. Brilliant. Less is more.
Yeah, the entirety of his mouth is decaying. His teeth are the nerve endings are peeking out and growing. I love that.
That's an advert for breath mints right there. Death breath.
Death breath. Yeah. Well,
it'd been interesting to see if it changed the white to green on that, whether it looked like Herman Monster.
Yeah, haha. The monsters. I thought it looked a bit like Frankenstein, actually. Frankenstein's monster.
Yes, Frankenstein's monster. Monster.
Frankenstein's monster. And the final one, hot, because there's a bad word there. Ignore that. Ignore the bad word. But hot.
Hot.
Well, we've shown it now. We might page 666 as well. Excellent.
I don't know. Fancy it being hot.
I think that would be okay because we've already said the F word on this stream once. And that's it. We've been taken off. Michael Fish made this, incidentally.
He's a weatherman.
I believe that might be an alias. Do you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And Andy Crane has got no brain. That's the other verse, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, John Ketley is a
weatherman. And so is Michael Fish.
Excellent.
John Ketley is weatherman, a weatherman. John Ketley is weatherman, and so is Michael Fish.
Do you have an entry on this website, Carlos?
No, I don't. I've been very much off grid.
Oh, actually, you do.
I've been on a teletext holiday.
We're all going on a CFAX holiday.
That's it. Holidays in other people's misery.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hello. Yeah, that was from... Oh, I did those.
Yes.
Crikey.
Girl 21.
Right, so these were redos from my earlier work, but I did it in level 2.5. So I was experimenting with that and I was really impressed. So that one, but my Alex DeLarge was, and I think that won that year, actually. I think not that one. That
first.
Came... Oh, that did come first.
That did win, yes.
So I think Jedica came second or third. Oh, third by the looks of it. So I come first and second. Crikey.
Well,
I was like Red Bull in the old races.
You can post that on your website. Awards.
Yeah.
What was this?
That's going straight on my LinkedIn.
Flash party. Yes, it's great. Flash party. Incidentally, the flash party is coming up very soon, October. So get your teletext entries in now.
What does it say about me in the link then? It says Carlos. Do you click that? Does it say
United Kingdom? Your Twitter? Or your old Twitter?
Yeah, the old Twitter. Oh, there. What's that? What's there? Nothing.
That's the entirety of it.
Oh, that's good then. See, member of nothing. See, so I'm not part of a crew where you do shout outs. Hey, yeah, let's do not necessarily tonight because then we've got a lot to pack in, but we need to do like one of them scrollers, one of them, greets to the crew and all that, like that scrolled before games. We need to do one of them because that'd just be so funny. You could just put you could diss people and all that on it and just make it scroll. Scroll in teletext demo. And you could be cracking bamboozle. You can get like a free bamboozle at the end or something like that.
Get 50 lives in bamboozle.
Yeah, with the trainer at the end. Press run stop to continue. Infinite lives, yes or no? Trainer. That's what I used to call it. The trainer. And you used to be able to just select infinite lives or not get hit, turn the collision detection off. Anyway, the scroller was the thing I was talking about. The bars, the raster bars, moving up and down, but doing it in teletext.
Yeah,
there's a challenge.
Raster bars, man.
Raster bars, man. I think there would be enough people of a high enough caliber to be doing that on the Discord anyway. Like with the animation, the animated thing, get raster bars going up and down with a scroller.
Yeah, fantastic. I believe.
Sorry, G-Mac, 2.5. 2.5, you're right. Yeah, I correct myself. Yeah, I did correct myself and say 2.5. It's I've had time to think about it. You see, when you don't think about it and you say the first thing that comes into your head, it's probably more effective.
Well, that's this podcast or this live stream in a nutshell.
Bernard Davey left the Navy, but I can't think of any others. Thanks for that, Mr. Guesser. Where's that from?
That's from the song.
Heavy thrower, got a lawnmower. Jonathan Ross collects the moss. Johnny Marr plays guitar. Yeah.
Surely it's from the song, isn't it?
It must
John
be.
Ketley is a
John
weatherman.
Ketley.
And so is Michael Fish.
And so is Michael Fish. Yeah.
I've forgotten the rest of it. I know that Michael Fish is in it. Okay, so I don't think we're going to show this because I don't think I can get the tech to work. But there's also been a fantastic demo created by, I'm going to have to find it.
That's pretty hard to pronounce, isn't it, Dan?
I'm going to have to find it. Yes, that's the name. That's the name.
He's from... Try spelling that. What do you do? Just like when he sent the entry and just put his head on the keyboard.
Was that Donald Duck? What?
Yeah, that's the one.
So it's Alex Grupe's 420 years of teletext.
I think I see a bit of this on Twitter. Did you tweet some of this?
I don't think I tweeted it actually.
Or did Mr. Gris do? I can't remember. I've seen some of this, but yeah. Put it up and I'll tell you.
This was a fantastic recreation of teletext. I'm not sure quite how they did this, but there's a big FAQ that outlines everything, every step that they went through to get teletext running on the Amiga, I think. Mm-hmm. It's something to do with the Amiga and the Raspberry Pi. I'm not quite sure how they've done it.
In fact, using it on a GoTech or something like that. I don't know. Maybe.
At first, I thought it was an April Fool's thingy, but they've genuinely done it, which is a heck of an achievement. And they've got some green screen stuff on there. They've got scrollers, loads of scrollers, and the greets, all sorts of things, which is great to see. So if you want to go and look that up, that Evoke, I believe that was it, Evoke, and it came second. Let's see if I can get this up on Demoscene. Here we go. 420 years of teletext. Well, let's have a go and try and get it to run. Hopefully it'll run. Usually I don't have any luck with these, but we'll give it a go. Oh, whoops. I have to share the audio, don't I? Otherwise it doesn't work. There we go.
I'll get out of town.
I love this bit.
Ich kotze.
So there it was. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if that was a bit jerky on Zoom, but Zoom simply cannot keep up with the immense power of Teletext on the Amiga. Yes. Yeah, it got a bit jerky there, but you got the idea, didn't you? In real life, it's all those colors fly by so spectacularly, like a disco or something. That was my favorite part.
It was just absolutely brilliant. It just blew my mind. We need to do one of them every time for one of these podcasts or sofa clubs, because that was just excellent. It's the first time I've seen that through, and it was just absolutely awesome. There was humor in it. The soundtrack was brilliant, and it was all synced in with the visuals. The jerkiness or whatever just added to it anyway. It was brilliant. It was all outputting on a like cathode ray tube as well. It was just excellent. It was really that, you know, I'm just going to watch that again at some point. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Cheers for that, Dan. Thanks for sharing. You've set yourself a bit of a like precedent there, because now you know what you got to keep doing. You got to keep finding that stuff.
Oh, I thought you were going to challenge me to make something like that, which I don't think I could ever do, because the amount of time that they must have put into that is
you're looking
phenomenal.
at what, 3 or 4 months with 2 or 3 or 4 people, weren't you, really, with that? Because it's sort of like all the ideas, the animation coming in as well. It's sort of like, you know, it'd be like oh, you'll get your first three or 4 frames like just right, and then like the other 2,500 that you need for like, you know, 6 or 7 minutes of footage. You're just gonna like, I know, it's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, no, kudos to those guys. So who are they then for the full credit?
Well, the group together is known as Attention Whore, I believe, and Bod did the music, and Alistair Buxton gets a shout out as well for his Raspi software.
Oh, and I think Alex is on the group. I've come on as Byte High No Limits, because that's I'm logged in as my other YouTube channel that I'm nurturing. That's more news about that another time. But yeah, Alex Group's just come on. Thanks everybody. I'll tell you what, Alex, that is absolutely bloody brilliant. He's on the YouTube chat, and yeah, oh crikey, I've just clicked. I'm not going to report or block you, mate. No way, no way. No way. But no, you're brilliant. So that was amazing. So Alex, how long did that take? We need to know.
So sorry, I've missed all of your messages here. Alex says, Amiga was the initial idea, then I got sidelined with prototyping. The demo is running in real time on a Raspberry Pi. By the way, the stream playback is stuttering. Yeah, the demo runs smoothly. If you go and watch the actual video, it's because of Zoom and probably my computer, but it looks so much better if you go and look it up. 420 years of teletext. As Carl said, the humor's fantastic. There are so many references in there as well. Just little things and little technical marvels that take their own individual skills, like the pixel art. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is about it was like there's a lot of nods there to people who know a little bit about teletext. There's a lot of teletext humor in there. There's a lot of like teletext facts as well, which I quite like, you know, about Einstein and bits and bobs, you know, and you know, it's just absolutely yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. So there's a bit of latency on the YouTube. Obviously, we're chatting right now. Obviously, and so it's hard to keep up the comments as well, but I've just read through them now. We got 5 in the live chat, that's including me, so yeah, so that's cool. But it's really good, really interesting reading that back. Alex, are you going to come in and have a chat with Dan about this, because he's a serious one? He's the one who could do a proper interview. You know, maybe he could spare 5 minutes and do a little bit of audio for us.
Would you like to jump on now, Alex, and talk about your work for 5 minutes? Because I can send you the invite link if you wish. That would be cool if you could tell us a little bit about it. Yeah, sorry if our Zoom...
We've ambushed you a bit there, well, Alex. So if you don't, that's absolutely fine.
That's fine, yeah. If you can't, that's fine. But it was wonderful to watch. I don't think you're right. The stuttering Zoom latency didn't do it justice. So yeah, go and look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, well, yeah, all the more reason to do that, definitely. Oh, sure, why not? He said. So
just
obviously,
not right now. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Another day, maybe you could come on another day then. That would be
in
cool.
the diary, definitely. Right.
Yeah.
Who thinks I'm a bit too dark now? I can turn a lamp on if people want me to turn a lamp on. Excuse me. I need to go for a glass of water. So do you want to stick some adverts on or something there, Dan? Or do you want to sort of like do some begging for some money, going to burst into tears and say how bad you like? I mean, that Teletext t-shirt behind you, that's got to be worth like £4.
Well, see, guys, I got to get this money. I need those tips. You got to give me those tips. It's my day off tomorrow. I need to go out for a meal with my wife.
I was doing a teletext slide last year, and the man that owns Magenta came back and said that I didn't pay him for the use of the color, so he wants 10p, and I can't afford 10p. But I'm not asking for money. I'm just telling you that he needs it, and I ain't got it, and that's it. So I'm going to look. I don't know. I've gone to like a Detroit sort of accent there. Sorry, but anyway, I'm moving on.
You gotta give me that money, see? Yeah,
operator. Give me that money now. Give me that
operator.
Now. Yes. Hello. They always do this as well in the films, don't they? They go when there's nothing. They go like that.
Oh yeah.
Like, I want the film where it goes like this. Yeah. I want the film where it goes like this. They go. Oh yeah, it's working now. But they never do.
Too realistic. And
it's like car doors that never open, isn't it? Like in the Lost Boys, mate. He's trying to open that car door, and he's running and keeping his hat on, isn't he? If you've ever watched Lost Boys, but yeah. Anyway, I am now literally going to get a glass of water, so I'll see you in 2.
What you say? You're going to go and get a glass of water? What's that you say? The dog's on fire. What's that you say? Frozen. You have to head out now.
What's that? The kid's stuck down the well, Skippy?
That's it, yeah. The dog's on fire. I got my Lassie reference a bit incorrect there. Sorry if I put some bad imagery in your head there. So let's catch up with the comments while Carlos gets some water to put out his burning dog. Thomas Burvith says, very well done on the demo. I wholeheartedly agree. It's got to be up there with one of the best teletext demos, if not the best one. There was one in Paraguay a couple of years ago, I think. That's a fantastic one that you need to go and look up as well. But it's sad, really, that you only got second place with that, Alex, because it deserved to win. So Mr. Clown says, amazing. Yep, it was amazing. And haha, yes, the repeated clicking of the switch hook. What is that supposed to do? What is it supposed to do, you see? Yeah, I think we've overused that tonight. Or rather, my prop we've got some good use out of the prop. So there you go. And if you're listening to the podcast, then screw you, basically. Right, so let's have a look at Discord. GK Mac says, Carlos said level 2.5, not 2.5. Well, what is the correct thing to say? Level 2.2.5? I don't know. Who knows? And ZX Guesser has posted a piece of teletext art. Looks a little bit Aztec to me. Or maybe like a clown, Mr. Clown. You know what? I could just show the image so you could see it, that would be easier. I'll do that. Yep. Just 1 second, folks. I can get this up on screen for you. This is what happens when it's just me, ladies and gentlemen. Which one? It's called Winky. What a name.
Oh, hello.
Hello. And there is Winky.
Oh yes.
I dare to ask. Do I dare ask? Who is Winky?
Is that a Dutch friend?
Oh yeah, Wim. Yeah. Hello, Wim. If you're watching this, yeah. Our fantastic artwork, man. There we go. Hello to Retro Pixels. I'm not going to read out your comment, but I see you there in chat, so hello. Wonderful.
GMAC. Have you read GMAC's Discord yet? It's horrible doing text when you're 2.5.
So
A blocky picture on my screen, arranging triplets make me scream. Oh, it's horrible doing text. Horrible doing text when you're 2.5. You remember that song? No.
No, what's that from?
It's horrible being in love when you're 8.5.
Oh, right. Who did that song? Jimmy Osborne.
No, it's, I think. GK Mac will know. Gook Mac. He will know, and he'll come back to us and tell us. That's it. We're just going to move.
Well, if anybody does get the song reference, give him a thumbs up.
Yes, very nice.
Right, so Laura Brown is here. She says, "Hi Dan, I was watching raccoon videos and saw you pop up live streaming." All right.
Run with us. We got everything we need. Do you remember that? The raccoons. That used
The
to be
raccoons,
like
yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was Cyril Sneer. I didn't know what he was. He had pink. He had a really long phallic nose. I didn't know what he was. He wasn't a raccoon. But I don't know what Cyril Sneer was, and he had these like 2 or 3 sons. But yeah, I didn't know he was like this pink thing. But really good tune, That was like really good closing tune. That Run With Us. It's like an early 80s fusion sort of like poppy sort of song. Really good. Yeah. I've turned the lamp on now, so you might be able to
actually see you. Oh, frightening. The ghouls of 1,000 years.
It was so dark. You could shut your eyes and see better.
Well, what's the emblem on your glass? Is it a football club?
Yes. This is
Cheltenham or something?
No. These are. I don't know if you can pick that up. That says North London is red. This cup is green. And it's don't bin this cup. It can be reused up to 200 times. But I think it was meant to be used 200 times at the Emirates. So please help make this more sustainable. So what we have is, because I've got the 2 lads as well. I stole 5 of these from the Emirates, and it's Camden Town Brewery.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, beer tastes awful out of plastic cups. I don't drink anymore, but I do remember the foul taste of not drinking beer out of a glass. It's got this horrible. Anyway, but these are great because they don't break. Obviously, they're unbreakable.
Does it remind you of parties as a kid when you would drink from the paper cups or the plastic cups?
Yeah, you sort of get that roller cola taste in there. Do you remember, like, they used to pour the big enormous bottle of pop into these tiny plastic cups, and you pick it up and like you squeeze it and it just go everywhere.
Oh yes, industrial strength, I call it. Industrial strength cola. You can pour it down the drain and it clears it.
Well, they say you can do that with Coke, don't they? They say you can stick that down toilets and it removes the old rough scale. But anyway, it's Teletext our podcast. It's cleaning with Carlos.
So, but, Laura, are you still here? So sorry to interrupt, Carl.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, yeah, must admit, yeah. It's not about me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. But I wondered if Laura was still here. I assume those are your raccoon artworks. Am I right in saying that? Fantastic. I don't know if you saw them, actually. We went over your... Did we go over that? I'm not sure. We went over some raccoon artworks. And they might be yours. So sorry, Carl, what were you going to say?
That's sorry. All right. Fuckles the Clowns is saying, am I drinking Tang? Is it? No, it's Fanta.
Ah,
Santa,
yes.
yes. And Laura is here, yeah, so there's a bit of latency on everything. Did I just pause this? That's why. Oh, that's why. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm miles behind on the. I didn't realise I paused the video.
You have Laura says she has one raccoon. Ah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that you have a pet raccoon.
What's its name? Cyril. Cyril Sneer.
Yeah, it's pink as well.
Yeah.
And it has a melted candle for a nose.
What's pink and hangs out your pajamas?
I don't know, Carl.
Cyril Sneer.
Does he? He doesn't hang out of my pajamas. It must just be you.
Mm.
Retro Pixels says, "I've blasted a raccoon with Tang when I was wee. When I was wee."
When I was
that's
wee,
cruel.
he's all right. Oh yeah,
that's cruel.
With Tang,
unless they enjoyed it.
Is it part of the Wu-Tang clan? The Raccoon Tang clan.
Hey, the Raccoon Tang clan. ZX Gasser says, "You missed my song reference in the YouTube chat."
Oh, where?
Have you, Carlos? Have you heard the Spray Ricardo Autobahn of the Cuban Boys cover of that?
I have not, and I guess for copyright reasons, I can't listen to it now with everybody else. Can I?
Copyright
Can I have
reasons?
the link? And I'll. Well, yeah, we don't. That's a bit of a money spinner.
Oh yeah, for them.
Winky.
He also says, "My dad was working in Saudi, if I remember correctly, and tells about how the new Coca-Cola factory that burned down, and the cola spilled everywhere and dissolved the car park."
What was it made of? Tooth enamel.
Yeah, and Sarah acknowledges the fact that we're late with these comments. Gotta love the delay in the comments getting read. "I drank champagne out of a plastic cup once. My boss provided it. And when we'd completed a project, and I only had a plastic cup in the office." Oh. We'll have to send you a glass. Teletext glass.
I thought that'd be funny. Now I'm feeling really sorry for Sarah.
Oh. Well, at least she got to drink champagne, which is nice.
Was that when she was working at the Barbican? She could have a can of Barbican instead. But that's it. Your feet. What's pink, smelly, and sticks out your trousers? Well, I read that in the wrong order, didn't I, Alistair? Sorry. Yeah, your feet. So, anyway, it's not a delay. It's comedy timing.
Hey, which you have in abundance, Carlos. The timing is better than us reading the comments. I love the Fanta and Tang related chat. Laura says she made an ASCII raccoon. Cyril Sneer is from a Canadian raccoon cartoon.
Yes.
Surprised you would have heard of it. Yeah, it was shown here. It was
big. It was big. It was it went on 8:30 on BBC One Saturday mornings before it weren't Saturday Superstore. I think it was Going Live back then, hosted by Pip Schofield and Sarah Green. Yeah. So yeah, that was really cool. Really cool. I liked it. It was well, you knew it was Saturday. You know, so he got that. Rugrats used to be on. Do you remember that?
Was that Saturday morning? I know that was.
Well, that was in the show, wasn't it? You had that.
Was it?
Yeah. But,
did they do that annoying thing where they cut the show up into 3-minute segments and then cut in and said, "We're going to now go for a break," and then when they come back, they say, "Well, coming up later, Kenneth Brannigan is here," or whatever his name was. What was his name?
Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Brannigan.
Kenneth Brannigan.
Brannigan. Yes. In 5 minutes, you'll be able to see the raccoons again. But now, the weather with Ulrika Johnson. Ulrika Johnson Harrison.
Right, she's a good looker. She'll go places. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to look quickly on the Discord.
On Disco.
Discord. Surprisingly easy dissolved. If you spill diesel on your drive, it will eventually create a pothole. That's the one reason it takes so long to reopen a road after a big crash. Spilt fuel is wrecking the road.
There we go.
There you go.
I didn't think we'd hear about that on the Teletext R podcast.
Oh
Teletext
no, everyone's looking for sympathy from Carlos. Now everyone is Kenneth Brannigan's Vortex.
Yes, Kenneth Brannigan's Vortex. Kenneth Brannigan sponsors tonight's show.
Did Kenneth Brannigan have a hair on his chin again?
Yes. He only had one, though.
Sarah Millican. Sarah Millican had a hair on her chin again.
Excellent. You should release that as a song, the sequel to What's his face? What's his face is the weatherman. John Ketley is a weatherman. Yes.
John Ketley is a weatherman, so is Mikhail Fish.
Mikhail Gorbachev.
Hip Hop Gorbachev. That was a Commodore 64 demo. That was really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
right. We've caught up with the comments. So what's next on the old agenda?
Well, we do not have an agenda, but I think we should chat some more about Teletext, because this is supposed to be the Teletext R podcast. So what's been happening? What's been happening in the world of Teletext recently, then?
Well, there is some news. We do have another DigiFest coming up, and I think it's going to be a weekender from our wee friend Herr Biffo. And I think he's planning on doing like an overnight one or something like that. Cool. But there's more details to follow, and I think it's going to be crowdfunded. So there's more details to follow on that. And ever since I've not attended any, he's done really well. So I'm looking forward to saying I'm going to go and right up to the last minute not go and give away my ticket against someone else. But yeah, I'm not sure where it's going to be yet, but there's that. Other teletext developments would be we've had Matti's birthday, and you sent some artwork over to wish him well for that, which he was very grateful for.
Yes, we made him some surprise teletext artwork for his birthday, and you'll be pleased to know that some of that might well be shown on YLE Text in October, because it's going to be the 41st anniversary of YLE Text, and a lot of those artworks are going to be shown. So I invite you, ladies and gentlemen, to create new artworks for that and send them to me if you so wish. And we've got, what is it now? It's the 18th of August today, so we've got maybe 6 weeks to submit that. And speaking of submissions, Flash Party is also at the beginning of October, I do believe. So you can submit for that. So lots of things to be making teletext for. Competitions, being shown on national television. And you know what? We've been on YLE Text a lot recently, but I think we should go on the other teletext services as well. What do you think? Do you think we should pull some strings and try to do some more projects? That would be cool.
I think they should fly us over to Finland.
Oh yeah, well, actually, I'll tell you about a dream I had around about the time that we were putting together Matti's artworks. I dreamt that I was invited over to Finland to see Matti's place of work, his office, and it seemed an awful lot like a British school, but it had thousands and thousands of steps that you had to climb up to get to his office, and it was just.
Did you get a sausage with a fork put in your face?
Well, like sadly not.
No. That's a Grange Hill joke there.
Well, I don't know if Grange Hill was shown in Finland. Maybe it was.
Sorry, I've sidetracked you there. Yes. So tell us more about your dream. Were you close?
Yes. I'm talking about it as if I really went to the office, but it was just a dream. Well, he had a little broom cupboard office because teletext is downscaling these days.
I thought it was tidy and he had a lot of brooms.
Yes, yeah. He's a curler. He does curling at the Olympics, at the Winter Olympics. He does his cycling in the summer and his curling in the winter.
You could do swimming in the summer when the rink melts.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah. All right. Okay. And that was the dream, was it? I guess
that was yes. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's sort of like a dream is just a huge picture, isn't it, in your mind? That's what they reckon, and your rapid eye movement is just looking at various elements.
Yeah.
And that's how, so it's not like a moving image as such, but it's just you're looking at this picture. You're looking at a landscape of things that have happened in the day, or your thoughts.
Yes.
So you were dreaming about Matti. That is the thing, and you were dreaming about Finland. So you're either working on some artwork, or he occupies your thoughts more than you actually know.
No comment.
Well, now, so ZX Gesser has said on the Discord, he wants to tell us all about his secret teletext things, but he doesn't, because he wants to keep it a secret. So there's obviously something going on there. And one thing I noticed on that when I was on my sort of like internet sabbatical was he did that audio tel project where he found a codec that was in the top of the vertical blanking interval that actually was the forerunner to audio description. And that was like ghost voices. That
I know.
Was bloody scary.
I know, but it was utterly astonishing because this is the first time, I guess, a few of us or a lot of us would have seen something like this. And it's like the TV is talking to you through teletext. Ah!
It's like a poltergeist.
Yeah.
But you imagine that though, like if Colin said he recorded a message going, "I'll be back home in 5 minutes late," and that was the hidden message that he gave to his missus, and it was actually just in audio, or he said something really rude.
I'll be home 5 minutes late. See.
You hear me? See? You hear me? You hear me? See? Yeah. So that's good. So. Audio tel. Oh, it's Alistair Buxton. Yeah, Alistair Buxton actually done it, and it is absolutely amazing,
astonishing stuff.
But that's just next level stuff, isn't it? I mean, it's sort of like it goes to show that the discoveries are still there to be had. It's like with teletext recovery, you sort of thinking, oh, we've reached a critical mass. It's just a matter of now finding the recordings and we've got it done. No, there's another thing now we've now got to look at. All these experimental transmissions, and then we got press fax transmissions. Then we've got syndicated secret transmissions that ITV were carrying for different services. And all we need to do is just get these codecs discovered, and there's a whole wealth of information out there. And you know what? It's completely useless, but it's brilliant, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Well, that sort of tips the balance in our favor in terms of legality, because I was going to go back to something we said earlier about it being illegal to intercept these transmissions. But since it was broadcast on a television, via television.
Broadcast, exactly. Yeah, it's broad and it's open game. You got a license to watch that television. And you've got an is it an entitlement or a privilege? But either way, you've got use of that television to use it however you like. So yeah, everything on that is fair game. And if there's something on there that shouldn't have been on there, it will have to be discovered first.
Yes.
Because if a tree falls down in the forest and you're not there to hear it, does it make a noise? And the answer's on a postcard. So yes.
In terms of teletext, not at the time, but 30 years later, when we recover it from a tape, is the answer. Well, when we go poking around, poking our noses in other people's business.
Oh, Peter's online. Hello, Peter.
Oh, hi, Peter. He didn't know we were streaming tonight. Well, maybe I've not done a very good job of promoting. But...
Well, I retweeted it twice to my many followers, so there's no excuse.
Is that at Teletext R?
That is now, yeah. So in Twitter news, that other Cole was retired, and now I've taken the Teletext R, and more or less just using that really. Just thought I'd just slim down on the accounts, because the thing is, I enjoy doing the teletext and a bit of the retro gamey stuff and all that, and I quite like that. but all this like FBPE, Blue Heart, culture war stuff and all that, it does my nutting. It does my nutting, mate, and I can't handle it. I just have to come away.
Well, do you know what you need, Carl?
What do I need?
You need to visit the Metaverse.
I'm ready.
With Bamber Boozler. There he is in the Metaverse with his strange-looking hair.
Yeah, it's as if like the Bamboozle logo was cropped off the top of his head.
How could it be? Impossible. So
we're launching Horizon Worlds in France and Spain today. Looking forward to seeing people explore and build immersive worlds and bring this more countries soon. And bringing this to more countries soon.
Excellent impression of Mr. Zuckerberg.
Hi, I'm Mark Zuckerberg. We're launching Horizon Worlds in France and Spain today. Looking forward to seeing some explore and build immersive worlds and bringing them to these more countries soon.
Doesn't quite scan.
Well, no, it doesn't fit with Bamber Boozler, does it?
Is that Blackpool Tower behind you?
Yes, he's in Blackpool, isn't he?
Aye. Now, don't talk to me about Blackpool.
Oh, why not? Not like it?
Oh, they bent us over yesterday.
Oh, right, I see.
They bent us over 1-0, mate.
Sports ball. The old sports ball.
Sport. So you've been doing some joy of teletext art then, Dan?
Oh, yeah, because I wanted to sort of get back into making content again, because it's been a while.
Yeah, because Fuckles the Clown enjoys it, and I've been meaning to watch that as well. So how does the format go? Can you explain to the uninitiated, Dan?
Well, it's completely stolen from The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross, but it's in teletext. And hopefully shorter episodes, 10-minute episodes, where I just make some teletext and talk about it at the same time. Sort of go a little bit through my process, but talk a bit about random things as well, a little bit like Bob Ross.
So it's a bit like talking therapy in a way, isn't it? It's sort of like you're able to create something and sort of like just witter away while you're doing it. It's I've noticed that with a lot of YouTubers now when they're doing stuff like game videos and things. I mean, I don't often like watch them, but they go off like on complete tangents. I thought it was something that we were doing wrong, Dan, but apparently it's a thing. You know, where people were just like they'll start a broadcast about one thing, and then they'll just go on about, oh, my manager left the other day, and they'll be talking about their work. I don't know where they work, but it's bloody interesting. You know, it's more organic than all this overproduced malarkey.
Yes. Yeah, I think naturally our conversations do that, don't they, on these podcasts, on the old episodes of the podcasts that you can go and see on iTunes, the Teletext R podcast.
I think our shortest one was like 1 lunar year.
Yeah. Well, there was one that was over 2 hours long, which, looking back, I should have split up into 2 separate episodes. But I was really at the time, I was inspired and listening to a lot of long shows. And I believe Mr. Clown out there in the comments will be familiar with those literally marathon long live streams that people would do 7, 8, 9 hours. And I just stick them on in the background, maybe sometimes on 1.5 times speed, and listen to them. So you can do that with the Teletext R podcast.
Yeah, I guess it's an interesting format nonetheless with all this stuff. But I do like your the concept of the joy of teletext and all that, and I think they could just catch on with other content creators as well, you know, on things. But I really like, you got to keep going with that because it is really good. It's really good. Yeah. So do you do requests or anything, or is it just a case of you'll do the same landscape and then put a massive big tree in the front?
Yeah,
just
basically.
To ruin it.
It's the same.
You get it just perfect, and you go, "Oh, we'll have a happy accident down here," and he goes right down the front, and you go, and he'll put a shed in there, and that's about it.
He's doing somebody's garden. He puts like a little tinkerer's shed. in there.
Oh, you put V-birds in there. There you go.
V-birds.
Yeah, V-birds.
I think the concept actually was stolen from one of the previous live streams. Somebody was talking about it. It might have been Sarah. So I've got to give a shout out to Sarah. If you're
hats off to Sarah as well. She did that lovely collage as well, didn't she? For the for Matti with the bike.
Yeah, an excellent piece of digital collage that, and I turned it into.
We got pop it up on the screen there, Dan. We want to have a look at that and have a little chat. Have a chat about that. See if Sarah's in the chat to tell us more about it.
Well, Carl, I think that's a fantastic idea. We shall do exactly that.
That's it. Peter's been busy getting some big project out the door. A sprayer controller for Japan. I only get my hands onto the ECU. I think. Right, what do we got? This screen sharing. Right, okay, so tell us more, Dan.
Well, the original artwork is here by Sarah, of course, digitally created, it seems, and well, it's a very good collage because it's able to be roughly recreated in Teletext because you've got the key elements of the bike, the balloon, the clouds, and the city in the background. I think because it doesn't go into any further detail than that, it can fairly easily be translated into something that looks like it within Teletext. Although we had to change some of the colors.
Yeah, so the balloons have gone now to yellow.
Well, initially I wanted to keep the same color scheme because it's a very cool whites, blues, greens, but I decided we had to have a little bit of distinction between the background and foreground and the different elements. So, but you can still tell what's going on.
That's brilliant.
And of course, the V-birds.
Exactly. The V-birds there, that's a classic.
I added those, by the way. They have to have the V-birds.
You need V-birds in it. You need V-birds.
In every artwork you ever make, you need V-birds. So Nalto is here. He says, glad to see the stream come back. And this looks beautiful. Yes, I agree that this collage here is beautiful. You can see that time has gone into this. And we've got the bike there because Matti is, of course, a big fan of bikes. And I think it's being pulled through a very tall city, shall we say, because we can see the clouds in the background there. Expertly done.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And yeah, because he likes his cycling and the flags, the Finnish national flag is obviously blue and white, so that was a nice nod to that. So it's nice that you changed it to yellow, Dan.
Well, yeah, sorry about that. But actually, while we're at it, should we look at all the artworks that people have submitted for this? Well, I started doing it earlier, then realized we weren't going to have the time. So let's start from the beginning again. So this is courtesy Mr. Gree, or Mr. Gris, however you prefer to pronounce it.
I say Mr. Gris, yeah. But,
Mr. Gree. They've packaged, Mr. Gree. They've packaged these artworks together for us, or rather he has. And we've got a nice selection here of everything that people made. So let's start over here with Einar the Sad's 60th birthday. Now that's the cover image, I believe. And a nice bit of flash.
So like the synergy of countries there's that Poland and yes, Finland there.
Yeah, because I believe Einar is from Poland and he's been making his own Polish related teletext pages.
Well, they've had an anniversary this year, haven't they? Are they 40 this year? The Polish one?
Polish teletext. Really?
I think it was. Yeah, I think they're hit 40 or something like that. I remember reading about it.
Well, it's good to see that people are still using teletext in these European countries and around the world. Excellent. And a wonderful piece of artwork there to celebrate that fact, I think.
It's very nice, very tight. It's very tight.
Yeah, very graphical, you
Mm.
might say. It's more like a piece of graphic design because we've got primarily we have the lettering and the flags. But the flags always look great in teletext. Of course, if you've got the correct colors.
You find that the countries with the easiest flags to make still have teletext.
Ah, yes. I think you're onto something there, Carl.
The same causational there. It took me ages to think of that one, everybody. All right, okay. LX60.
This is Thomas Burvitt and
Mhm.
the observant out there among you. Might have noticed that LX, well, that's Roman numerals for 60.
That's Roman for 60.
I know, that's very, I thought that was very witty and how it fits wonderfully within the word teletext.
Teletext. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I did not see that. It was there in front of me and I did not see that. That's incredible.
Yeah, a very
Well done,
original,
Thomas.
original piece of artwork, I think, Thomas, if you're still watching.
Yeah, tuck for that, mate. Tuck for that. Very good.
What does that mean?
I think it's thanks.
Ah,
But
right.
it's thanks in all the Scandi dramas that I watch, but I'm, he's Danish, isn't he? So I think, yeah, tuck, yeah.
Excellent. An excellent
Super.
piece of artwork. So
Very good.
tack for that.
Tack for
Tonal
that.
osprey. We'll do a tonal ospreys next.
Ooh, that's new.
It is indeed. So this is a picture of Buddhist prayer flags in Nepal after a photograph by Robert Preston.
I see the mountain now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and also I think Matti responded to this image by saying that his documentary is still available to view on the YLE website. We go and look for that.
So can you see at the top there? He's used sort of like or they've used twiddled graphics, and then at the bottom to give it more detail, they've changed to separated graphics in that bottom left-hand corner. That's quite an effective use of that.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked that as well, because if you're looking at it from a distance, which you usually are with televisions, you can see the change, the subtle change in the marks.
Well, if you see in the thumbnail, you can actually see how it actually proper looks in the preview. Yes. You can see that it's the definition on it is lovely. Yeah, tack for dit. Tack for dit.
ZX Guesser says, bats are good. I was watching them flit around the garden the other night after a barbecue. And then Mr. Clown says, actual bats good. Video game bats bad. The worst, cheapest video game enemy ever. Oh, 100% agree. Now, we need to do some teletext bats, don't we?
Teletext bats. Yeah. Well, apart from the Batman symbol.
Oh, yes, Batman. There's been a lot of Batman stuff.
Batman.
Yes, Batman, yes. Batman.
Someone called a Batman. We got bats.
Hey.
Yeah, I've got them in the belfry. I'm an avid golfer.
Yeah. 2016 block party. You were there, Carl, weren't you? We had somebody who made some excellent Batman artwork in teletext. A very memorable piece that was.
I remember the late at Tate. Someone did a Batman and they said teletext is hard.
Yeah.
Which was very good.
But the irony was that it was an incredible piece of teletext art.
It was a great Batman, and they just sort of like signed it off by saying this is just like too hardcore for me.
Yeah.
But, right, so we got cheers. Oh, Sarah.
This is Sarah Burgess. Sarah might still be in chat.
There you go.
Cheers.
She's borrowed your colours for the bottom there, but I like the cheers and the and the fizz as well. That's really good.
Well, they're not really my colours because I stole them from other people.
You stole them from the man who made Battenberg cake. So yes,
the Batmanenberg.
Yeah, man. Battenberg man.
Dinner. Battenberg man.
For afters.
Yeah. Yes, excellent. There's too many puns, too many layers of puns there for me.
There's too many puns in the world. Too many jokes to be broken into.
Too many teletext pages to be scrutinized. So I like the lettering here, the bubble lettering there, Sarah. I can see that you've spent some time over that to make it look straight, and it's excellent. I've got the shadow as well is perfect.
Yes, it's really good.
Cheers. Cheers for that artwork. Cheers, Sarah.
Proust.
Oh, he was
Bottoms up.
He was a great motor car driver, Prost. We'll do Pixel Blips next. So this is, I believe, he's taken the number 60 and copied and pasted it numerous times across the page and turned it into a wonderful glitch fest. It's
that is a classic blip, isn't it? That's a classic blip, and it's like it's like he's like the Jackson Pollock of the teletext world. It's brilliant. It's all different itinerations of the number 60.
I like this little glitch here. I don't know what this glyph is here, or this character. It's gone a bit wrong, but it looks a little bit like a chess pawn.
It looks like the dragon out of Adventure for Atari, doesn't it?
It could be.
The dopey dragon.
No, actually, that's a problem with Flare, the program that I use.
Yes.
It's just a glitch. But we'll say it does fit very well with this artwork.
So he can get. So Pixel can get Flare working as well. I'm somewhat envious of Miss Flare.
Well, actually, this was made with his own program, wasn't it? What's the name? Somebody in chat will know.
Yeah.
Speaking of chat, I've not been there for a while. Sarah says, "Hey, what? What am I being praised for? I was too busy thinking that person with the clown username. Perhaps they don't like a clown called Les." Beep, Les the clown. SQU says, "Whoa, I'm late for the party." Hey, SQU or Squoo.
Yep, everyone's invited, mate. No worries.
Sarah says, "Well, we've only just got around to the teletext. Oh yes, I did the lettering straight into the editor this time. I decided to skip the planning on paper. The time was spent making the lettering curvy." Well, you can see it really shows. And she says that the program that PixelBlip uses is Telepaint.
Telepaint, right? Yeah. Okay, I'll have a look at that. I won't tell Alice though, because I'm a ZXNet man really for all my stuff. But I might use that on the sneak. Might use the other one on the sneak.
Well, Les the clown says, "You mean the duck from Adventure?"
I do. Yeah, the dragon duck, the thing that goes after you like that when you're the dot. The first ever game with an Easter egg.
Oh, really? What was that?
Yeah. You went into one of the rooms and it actually had the programmer's name scroll down the middle. Because they worked for Atari, they weren't allowed to credit. You were Atari. You weren't allowed to credit your own work. They put that in as an Easter egg to say who it was programmed by, and then I think they went off and worked for Activision because the Activision were like the pot smoking, you can do what you like sort of thing, and Atari were the suits. And no one wanted to work at the suits, so they all went to Atari. But yeah, that was the first in-game Easter egg.
Ah, right.
Trivia. I wouldn't say it's facts. I'd say it's trivia.
That's very interesting because Easter eggs sort of became more prominent in the 80s and 90s, didn't they? And I dare say a few programmers got sacked for putting them in there when they were found. Yeah, and there's all sorts of wonderful Easter eggs out there.
Oh, there's Easter eggs and everything. I mean, it's in my paid profession, you always hear stories of engineers who get a bit cheesed off or leave, and they rename zones after certain people on the fire alarms and emergency, like zones that will never get used, and all of a sudden so and so's a twat, then that's the name of the zone. So so or even worse than that, they just rename the zones some very rude words, but not often. But yeah, that's happened. It's quite funny when it does.
Do they rename them Fuckles the Clown?
No, They Fuckles the
Shame.
clown is that could be what I'll use if I ever have to move on pretty sharpish. There might be a zone. There'd be a fire in Fuckles the clown, and all the firemen would be looking. Where's Fuckles the clown? I don't know.
All
But
right,
yeah,
we'll finish these off and then we can finish for tonight because I can feel
Yes.
my voice going. But happy 60th birthday, Matti Ramo. And this is Polydux's piece. He's actually signed it.
Oh, Polly, hello. Yes, that's true.
And a Teletext cupcake with a little tiny candle. Or maybe it's a large cupcake. And again, wonderful use of bubble writing.
No, that's Bamber Boozler's arm sinking into the cupcake, going it?
Oh! Very good. And is that Reg the Octopus at the top right as well?
Yeah, top right. Yeah, Reg. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Teletext custodian or Wiley Text, bicycle enthusiast, and author was born 60 years ago today. This is, just rewinding just a little bit of not seriousness, but you meet all these interesting people that you wouldn't have met unless you had like an interest in teletext. We all come in it from different angles, but Matty's a really nice bloke, and I wouldn't have known him without the sort of like the working together on teletext products or submitting artwork to him for collaboration, So yeah, that's nice. That is nice.
Yeah, Matti is very prominent on Twitter, and he posts a lot of new teletext art that's been uploaded to Wiley. There's a special section in the 600s for the Museum of Teletext Art, and also classic artworks from the history of Wiley text. So you can go and view that now online, actually, ladies and gentlemen. So let's
just quickly, the first one that we looked at with the mountain range, when you look at it from a distance, do you ever play winter games for like Commodore 64 or something like that? But that looks like the background for winter games when you look at it. It's sort of like for either for the hot dog or it's the mountain range background for the ski jump in the first bit where you've got to get off without falling off the end of the ski jump.
Yes, it looks a little bit like that, doesn't it? We should do that in teletext. It would work very well, I think.
Boom, 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 do do do. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yes. Do.
Right. So we'll do my artworks last, but now we've got
Happy birthday, Mr. Teletext. Very nice.
I enjoyed this this piece and the reference to Matti being known as the Finnish Mr. Teletext. Or rather, did we call him that, or does everybody call him that? But he should be called that.
And Marilyn's face always does digitize very well as well.
Yeah, when
iconic.
It's a good representation of Marilyn. Yes. Excellent. And we've got the coloured notes in the background as well. I forgot to mention all the different colours.
Fuckles the Clown's come back, said, yep, it's the first Easter egg, and he heard that as well quite recently on a recent podcast.
Yeah, there was a video uploaded to YouTube that I got recommended. I began watching, and it was about early Easter eggs. So I would recommend that.
Well, they're always a lot bigger in the old days, Easter eggs.
Oh, you mean the chocolate Easter eggs?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I haven't had an Easter egg for a while. Right, so Fidian Genial is next up, and here is Happy 60.
And this is is this Singapore or Indonesia?
Indonesia, I believe, yes.
Yeah, yes. Always good there. And he's done the rear wheel as a 6.
Yeah, and I think
the front wheel was a 0.
The numbers fit really well, although I was thinking that would be a very painful bike to ride.
Don't lean back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, when he's 61, he's going to need a unicycle. That's really nice.
We could do that next year. And the color balloons at the top there are utilizing all of the color palettes.
And the lettering's lovely as well. It fits the balloons really well.
A wheelie birthday.
A wheelie birthday.
Oh, it's always nice to see italicized text in teletext. I think that works well because it's not often seen.
No.
So let's see. Just a Dude is next up, and
that's lovely.
I believe it's Matty Rambo.
Matty Rambo.
But it's a copyright dodging version of him. Going strong.
That's brilliant, that is.
Note the remote control that he has here as well.
I thought it was a ZX Spectrum.
Oh, sorry. This is just a dude's artwork. I forgot to mention.
Just a dude.
He's really just a dude.
Just a dude. He's just good at teletext, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And he's turned the background black just into a border in itself. It's really good. Very nice.
Yeah, like a little television tube here or something.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah. Very good, dude. Dude. Hey, dude.
Dude, you're a dude.
So this is by Otium, who is actually on the quiet, an excellent teletext artist, but he's only done a few pieces. Is his website Galzia? Or the group that he's in is called Galzia. Galza. It says Galza.
Yep.
And you can see all the wonderful text mode artwork that he's done.
That's the Finnish Prime Minister.
Yes, a very good representation. A very distinctive representation. The light and dark is fantastic here.
Yeah.
Under the chin.
It's proper comic book art, isn't it? It's really good.
News menu with Finnish Prime Minister in front. So, monochrome as well. That always looks good. Always looks good.
I'm a big fan of monochrome. It's sort of like less decisions to make for me personally. But, it's really good.
Sometimes you can ruin an artwork by adding too many colors. Sometimes monochrome works just as well.
Yeah.
Like with my Art of Teletext thingy that I did the other week. I deliberated over the colors a long time, but I wonder now if it should just all be white to represent Apple.
Snow.
And well, yeah.
You do a white thing and you go, yeah, it's a man in a white snowsuit in the snow.
Just a completely white screen. We'll just quickly go over my entries because I think that's everybody's. Yeah,
certainly be rude not to, mate. So, yep. Oh,
it's Matti on the phone, and he's
on the telephone.
It's directly inspired by, well, not my dream, but there's a particular image of Matti online sitting at his desk, and he's got his telephone. Yes,
he's talking text. I can see.
Because a big thing that Matti does is speak to people on his phone, liaise with the general public.
That's good. It's better than sending emails.
Oh, yeah. Well, as we know, the whole of modern society, telecommunications is built on the telephone. Secondly, we've missed Awesome Burgers. We'll do that next.
Oh, yeah.
But this is mine.
Helsinki.
There he is on his bike.
With his telly in the basket in the front.
Yes. Yeah. And he's cycling along there on his lunch break.
Excellent. And I like the antenna as well, where you've put the X's in there to antennerize the antenna.
Yeah, it was a bit of a challenge with these bricks and the antenna to try and separate the brick wall from.
Bit of holding there as well, isn't there? There's a bit of holding going on there.
There's actually no
holds.
Graphics in there.
No holds barred.
Yeah, no holds barred.
Or all holds barred.
You know what? We'll finish on Horse and Burgers. We've got happy birthday from me.
Oh.
A very sloppy. Oh, this has got held graphics.
Yes. Joe, if you change that green to red, and it would be like a Halloweeny happy birthday.
Yes.
Dripping blood. It's the dripping blood one, isn't it? That's lovely. I like that. How long did that take you to do then?
This one didn't take long. Maybe an hour or two. The other ones took longer.
That's really nice. And the whites as well, drippy icing.
Yes. Well, the most difficult bit was the held graphics to get those looking good.
That can be a bit of a headache, can't it?
A challenge, bit of a challenge.
Yes.
So one more from me, and then we'll finish on Horsenberger. This is not related to Matti's birthday. It was just a funny thing that I thought of. Chocolate or broccoli, a new culinary delight.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
And we've got the flashing neon choose now. Very important.
Exactly. That's the 90s all over, isn't it? Everything was democratized, and everybody had to make a decision about everything. That's when that'd be sort of like something on 5text, wouldn't it?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing.
But when only 5 people answered, only 5 people phoned in.
Well, I always like the ones where you had like the burning question. There was always like a percentage of people who didn't know. Why would you ring up to say that you didn't know something? Help me out. You know, maybe the problem is doing a good job.
Well, they're looking for us.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll finish off here.
Oh, well, that is lovely.
Steve Horsley with the wonderful horse and border, and a very detailed picture of Matti on his back.
That could be a self-portrait of Horsenberger, actually. That sort of looks, but yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's beautiful.
As ever, it was wonderful.
The dithering on it, and yeah, it's really good. And I like the cyan or the cyan background. It's my favourite background, really. It really does pick things out really nicely.
Steve's good with the colour choices. He's always good with the colour choices.
He's been doing some really good work on sort of retro gaming characters. He's done a few reprisals, not reprisals, reprised a few of them recently, and they're really good as well. So yeah, it's good. He's still very active, and yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And I know that Matti would never be rude enough to say that he had any particular favourites, but he's certainly spoilt for choice, isn't he? With what he gets sent, he's certainly spoilt for choice.
Oh, we missed this one. Whim. How could we miss Whims? Now, we had a bit of a debate about whether these here were teeth. Or hands, but I think they are hands.
I think they're teeth. They're buck teeth. And it's a happy birthday sign. So no doubt it's got to be hands.
Yeah,
they're like little. Yeah, because you got the legs at the bottom there. Yeah, they're handies, little mittens.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course.
Little mittens. They're like moomins. Copyright.
Oh yeah.
They're like moons.
Yeah. Moons. They're
like generic Finnish folk characters.
Yes.
That's what they're like.
Creatures. So look at these googly eyes here. I like those. And they're looking at each other there. Nice touch.
Oh, brilliant. Can't be googly eyes.
Just put them into any artwork. Just draw eyes and a face. And
I'd like to see the Mona Lisa with googly eyes.
Somebody must have done that. Somebody must have. All right. So let's have a quick look at the Disco chat. And we'll catch up, and then I think it might be time to leave.
I think we'll call that a day. I don't know what the time is over in the United States, but we'll call it a day over there, and we'll call that a night over here.
ZX Gasser says, I don't really know.
Is that Les Dennis?
Something like that, yeah. Oh no, it was Coronation Street, isn't it?
Yeah, Mavis. I don't really know.
Oh, people used to do that impression in the playground all the time.
So Avro's come up with, he says, the end of October this year will mark 10 years since the end of analog television, and therefore also broadcast teletext in the UK, which we can do something for, maybe.
Yep. But the question is if we can get some British companies on board, so might have to pull some strings there.
So yeah, what British company would be interested in sort of commemorating the lamentation of a service? It's got to be, I don't know. It's quite an interesting perspective, really, wouldn't it? It's when is that? When we say that's at the end of October, isn't it? So hopefully one of these documentary things might be in progress for then as well, where we can start doing something for that, or having that in process as well. So the idea is just for everybody else is that I'm hoping very early stages of just trying to do interviews, more of a sort of a straight radio broadcast sort of thing. It's not going to get sold or nothing like that. It'll just probably just be hosted on this channel that I've set up, this Bytes High No Limit channel, and that's going to be hopefully where I'm going to try and do a range of more serious topics, but you know, I'm actually going to try and write things down and script them and interview people. So
Excellent.
That's what I'm hoping to do. But you know, if life takes over, then obviously it won't happen. So I'm just doing little things at a time. So yeah, I've got the channel up and running, and I've uploaded a teletext type video on that. If you want to put that up, you can, if you like.
Sorry, where is that again?
Can you find me? I don't know if I can be found yet. On YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm commenting in the YouTube stream at the moment as Byte High No Limits. I'll just say something now. I'll go hello like that, and then would you be able to find my channel from that?
I should be able to, yes.
Yeah, well, I've uploaded only one video, and it's only a minute long, and that's just a placeholder, really. I think you've seen it before anyway. But it'd be nice just to share it with everyone else, and then we will do that anyway. So yeah, but going back to what Nathan's saying, yeah, we really ought to have a think about that, and try and definitely do something. You know, a Teletext style special, or maybe something else, or in conjunction with something else. I was thinking of trying to do a watch along of something, you know, where we all watch along as a watch party, and try and do something that way round. But I don't know what we'd watch. There'd have to be something. Just an idea.
Absolutely, yeah. There's all sorts of stuff that we could watch along with. We've got people's Teletext music videos that they've done, particularly the guy who did Eurovision. He did a Teletext style thing that we could comment on. There's a bunch of Teletext videos on YouTube, like my my collection of chat line ladies that could be commented over.
Yeah.
All sorts of Teletext art related stuff, documentaries, things like that. So it's a very popular thing at the moment, isn't it? The watch along.
3:20 in the afternoon. Fuckles the clown.
Well, that was fortunate. Right, so she'll finish on this video. What do you think?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Thanks everybody for enjoying me, and it's been really good to be back. Really enjoyed it. So we won't leave the other one. Well, we might leave the other one so long, I don't know, but we got loads to do. So yeah, let's see. We'll put this on. So 10 views.
Очень мало народу, мадам. Очень. Беспонтовая музыка. На самом деле, очень плохая музыка. А зачем вы кричите так? Я думал, намного лучше будет это все. И очень плохая музыка, просто очень плохая музыка. Я думал, намного лучше это все будет. Сколько раз сюда ходил, было намного лучше. Но на этот раз как-то не удалось. Во-первых, народу мало, музыка не очень. А что за направление? А? Что за направление? Направление? Какое направление? Что за направление музыки играет?
I love that guy.
No, I enjoyed doing that one. It took ages to match the phrases up, but yeah, I was quite pleased with that.
Did you do that within YouTube? Oh, hold
on. No, I did. Yeah, so I did it on the meme generator, and then I just grabbed the screen and then uploaded it to YouTube.
Oh, so you can do subtitles, can you? That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. You make the subtitles up as you go. So it's yeah. So it's yeah. So I enjoyed doing that, and I'll probably just ruin any sort of like highbrow content that I want to do on it in the future. But it's there. It's there. So it's all good fun.
You can set it to private.
Well, yeah, might be my intro thing, but that will get the BBC thinking.
It's more highbrow than this stream. We'll put it that way.
Nothing is more highbrow than this stream. We have covered today topics that will never get covered anywhere else. So it's really good. And remember, I know about Max Headroom. I know the truth.
Yes, we need to get on that. Right, look out for that, ladies and gentlemen, coming soon.
That'll be the velour sofa club. That'll have velour on it because it'll be like nice on a bit of carpet and have a bit of lighting and no plastic cups. It'll be glasses. A plastic glass. That's an oxymoron.
Excellent. You're making me jealous. I want one of those glasses. Anyway, we could talk all night. We could talk all night, Carl, but I believe it's time. It's a school night, isn't it? So we should head off.
I have work tomorrow, and everybody else has got things to do.
You have to go and code rude things into fire alarms.
Well, yeah, I'm actually. Do you know where I am tomorrow? Oh, I don't care who I share this with. I'm actually at a relay station for Virgin TV with the satellite dishes out here. I could do a broadcast intrusion. I'm going to get my little V-Bert and yeah, do a broadcast takeover.
If we never see you again, that's what's happened to you. You've gone to jail with the Max Headroom hijacker. You're in the same cell as him.
Yeah, no, very good. But yeah, no, it would be an interesting one anyway. Well, when I say interesting, I've just probably got to press reset and bugger off. But we'll see how we go. But, yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody. And,
thank you, everybody.
Sayonara. Keep it blocky.
Keep it blocky indeed. Cheers, everybody. Mr. Clown, ZX Getter, Nalto, Retro Pixels, Laura Brown. Who else have we got? Alex Grupe dropped in earlier to tell us about his demo. Thomas Burfitt, of course. And in Disco, as you said, Sarah Burgess. Excellent stream, guys. Really enjoyed it, she says. GK Mac says, thanks to me for hosting and Carlos for your spontaneous impressions and song quotes. Cheers, Peter. What? Peter said Matti Rambo looks like Mr. Biffo doing his Sinclair music video.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and who else we got then? Fox Clan, that's it. Thomas, I think Alex, obviously, which we'll hope to get on a future show. Yeah. And yeah, and anybody else who knows us, as the saying goes.
Which is quite a lot of people. There's loads of people who dropped in tonight. Avro Vulcan.
Avro Vulcan, yeah.
And of course, Carlos Astral.
Oh, hello there. Yes. Yes. Well, yeah. Tachographer, as they say in the trade.
What does that mean, Carl? Teletext
goodbye
rules.
And farewell. Goodbye and farewell. I think it's Norwegian. It's yeah. Tachographer. I think it's a.
Guten Nacht. Guten Nacht.
Good Nacht.
Keep it blocky. I don't know what that is in German, but.
It's it. Don't know.
Die Pixel Kunst. Pixel Kunst. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching.
Easy for you to say, Dan. Yeah, lovely. Well, Pixel Kunst.
Well, thank you for that, Carl. Thank you for joining me tonight. My co-host, Mr. Carlos Atro. And thank you for watching. Sayonara. Carl has gone.